welcome to another episode of the super awesome game review show and the first game review show of the new year on this channel. Not the actual first game review of the year, because a lot of people have done game reviews since the beginning of the year. But anyway, today's game reviewing is none other than Titanfall 2 for the Xbox One, the PS4, and the PC. So if you have any of those three systems and you feel like playing this game, well, there you go. Titanfall for the game, for the systems. Yay! Ah, Titanfall! First-person shooter shit. Oh, look at me. I don't know. Titanfall 2 actually has a single-player story mode, something that was not in the first one, at least not a single-player one. I don't know, I didn't really play the first one. I actually bought the first one, it was like in there somewhere, but I never actually got around to playing it for reasons I don't remember. But anyway, yeah, so it takes place, you land on a planet, on a foreign planet, whatever, and you're trying to, like, fight some kind of fight I don't fucking know, to be honest with you. It's like a really weird, it just drops you on a planet, you know, and you're fighting these people for reasons. They're up to something no good, and it's up to you to go with an army to stop them, and things go completely wrong. The army gets wiped out except for you. You actually manage to, or the main character, who is named Jack Cooper, by the way, he actually survives, and he gets assigned a Titan because his commanding officer died. His commanding officer, like, knew how to use a Titan, but he's dead, so the Titan gets transferred to you, even though you're not supposed to have a Titan because you're a rifleman, and riflemen can't do Titans, only pilots can, and stuff like that. So pilots are very important in this game. They're the ones that, they're like really good in and out of Titans. They can kick ass outside of a Titan, and they can kick ass inside of a Titan. But anyway, yeah, so you take over as the new Titan pilot because you have no choice because everybody else is fucking dead. Titanfall makes its triumphant return, this time sporting a fancy single-player campaign, something that was sorely lacking from the first game of the franchise. Standard first-person shooting rules apply here. Played in FPS? Well, this is going to be no different. You can flank, double jump, and even run on walls for that extra mobility to get you to otherwise tough-to-reach places. Yeah, nothing to see here, just generic first-person shooter stuff where you point the weapon at the bad guy and you shoot them till they're dead. Now, usually, I'm not a big fan of the first-person genre, but I decided to go ahead and give the game a try. Okay, I bought it for like $25 something on Black Friday last year. I mean, didn't seem like too bad of a price at the time. I figured, what the hell, I will go ahead and try another first-person shooter, and that first-person shooter will be Titanfall 2. And believe it or not, I actually kind of enjoyed this game. Like, I actually had fun playing a fucking first-person, and I usually don't. I'm just like, whatever, not a lot of gameplay here, whatever. But hey, I actually enjoyed it. I was having a good time with this game. I thought it was working out pretty good, and I actually was interested. Maybe the story helped a bit, but the gameplay wasn't really all that bad either. It was kind of slightly enjoyable. It was actually very enjoyable. I don't know why I said slightly. You can take on enemies with the variety of weapons you pick up throughout the game. But let's face it, you mostly want those rapid-fire weapons that can take out enemies at long range and quickly. And if you're good at using sniper rifles, you go right on ahead. The obvious part of the game is when you're controlling the Titan. In the Titan, you basically have an unlimited amount of ammo. The difference being instead of running out, you have a cooldown mode before you can use the weapon again. The Titan isn't invincible, however, and will require you to pick up batteries to recover damage. Luckily, most of these are dropped by enemy Titans or found in battery stations throughout most of the areas. Ah yes, the meat and potatoes of the game where you acquire a Titan, or I mentioned that earlier, where you with a Titan go and fight a bunch of other things, especially like big other Titans and stuff like that, because the enemy also has their own brand of Titans. They have like all the same shit you do, they're just the bad guys, or some shit like that. I don't know, but yeah, there you go. Titans are pretty cool to use and stuff like that. So yeah, it's especially an enjoyable part of the game. And like I said, yes, there is like unlimited ammo to these things. Like you can fire the missiles and stuff like that. And you can do other cool things like you can deflect like they're shooting at you and you put up a shield that like deflects the weapons back at them. So you can throw that shit at them too. You can dodge. You can do all the things you can pretty much do like in regular person mode when you're like you can like dodge and shit and do all these other things. And that's still pretty cool. So you have a pretty good experience playing as a Titan. It's fun. It gives you that time where you can just go on this big destructive rampage and just beat the shit out of everything that's in your way. It's fun. It's pretty cool. Much like the regular character, you can collect and switch to different types of weapons, but most of the extra weapons just don't seem as effective as the default weapons. Maybe I just didn't use the other ones right, but it seemed to do a lot more damage with the basic weapons. Yeah, so I don't know how those of you felt about that. Every time I got different ones to try to use them, I just didn't feel they did the same amount of damage or didn't like fire as much as you could when you had like your default weapons. I mean, with one of the default weapons you can go to burst mode or whatever, where it just thing just shoots the fire. It's like you build it up as you play, and then like when you get the burst mode, you just put that shit out, and it just fires fucking rapidly and like hits things and kills it like that and shit like that. It's pretty good thing that happens. But yeah, so I don't know. I just couldn't get. I picked up some other weapons, and it just didn't feel the same using those weapons as default weapons, which were I thought worked way better against like everything in this game. So I don't know. Like I said, maybe some people did a better job of that. They were like, this is cool. I like this weapon or this one, but I like the default weapon set better. It just seemed to work better for me, and I enjoyed it more. Even though it's only the second game in the series, it does add to the franchise nicely. Putting a single player mode in it actually helped a lot too. So yeah, like I said earlier, I'm not the biggest fan of the first person genre. I played games in the past and I just really just did not give a shit. It just didn't draw me in. But I don't know. Maybe lately I've been trying different types of games and enjoying them more or less. I don't know. Maybe it's because I feel like playing a game and I want to get through it quick enough. And hey, here you go. It's a game to play first person and or some shit like that. I don't know. But yeah, it has its moments, you know, stuff like that. I think unfortunately this game, it kind of came out at a bad time. Came out around the same time as both Call of Duty and Battlefield, and I don't think it really stood a chance against those two games, especially Battlefield, because Battlefield, I mean, I'm not really into those games either, but those, when a Battlefield game comes out, it gets like all the fucking attention amongst all the other first-person shooters that might come out at this time. But either way, like I said, I enjoyed it, had a good time. The story was pretty decent. It had a couple moments where I'm like, or something like that. It had a little action moments where you're like, damn, and shit like that. I would go ahead and give this game a B. I thought it kept me quite entertained. The story mode is pretty short. You can get through it pretty quick, depending on what difficulty you play on. I think I was playing on normal or whatever. I gotta be honest, I haven't really tried online yet. Only because I know if I go online, I will get completely fucking destroyed. I'd rather sit in my single player bubble where I think I'm actually good at this game instead of going online and being absolutely fucking destroyed. But hey, if you're good at playing these games online, you go right on ahead. I think you might have a good time with it. I remember I played the beta online and stuff like that, but I haven't actually tried this game online yet because, like I said, I know I will get completely fucking destroyed, and you know, I just don't feel like feeling bad about my gaming skills sometimes, especially when I go online. So that's just my take on it. So if you have any interest in it, I would say go ahead and give it a shot when you get a chance. If you want to wait for a price drop, I think it has gone down in price like really quick. I think it's like, you can probably buy it for like $40 now, new or something like that. Maybe less if you go to certain places. I don't fucking know. For those of you who like to do bargain shopping on new shit, you might find something good there. But anyway, this has been another episode of the super awesome Game Review Show, and yeah, I hope to get a new one out as soon as I can, and I will see you guys next time. I gotta go.